Through Ayurveda, we can control and regulate the mind. And based on choices in Ayurveda principles and with Ayurveda knowledge, we can make those the best choices. Ayurveda, one of the most important principles is like increases like. If you're very hot and you want to get colder, you have something colder. If you feel very heavy, you eat something lighter or you do something lighter. As I said, our aim is to maximize the sattva and reduce the rajas and the tamas when they are disruptive. They are not always disruptive. And again, like the 5 elements, these 3 gunas also exist all the time, and all 3 are needed in support of life. In the book Ayurveda Simplified, which I've recommended, and you'll get that information as well, Dr. Nisha Manikanta has said, moving from an ignorant and physically oriented life, from a tamasic life, to one of vitality and self-expression, which is a rajasic life, and finally to one of peace and enlightenment, is the ultimate way to a healthy life. The calmness and the peace, to have that perspective as we do whatever we are doing, is the aim of Ayurveda. To reduce stress that inhibits that is the aim of Ayurveda. One of the other aspects that I'd like to include is understanding the beauty of Ayurveda is that the 5 elements relate to our 5 senses. There's an exquisite description of how cascading down through the silence, the elements of universal come to the particular. And in that cascading, we see how the element of space relates to sound, vibration. Without any vibration, we wouldn't hear anything. And that's why space relates to the sense of sound, relates to the ear. Air relates to touch. If you take your hand and slowly bring it down on top of your other hand, there will be a point where before you actually physically touch the other hand, there will be a slight sensation. There will be a contact made. That's the air, which is around us all the time. The element of fire, without light, we would not see anything. So the sense of sight and the eyes are connected with fire. Water. We all have probably heard or even tried the cracker test, where you eat crackers and then try to whistle and then try to taste things. Without water, there's no taste. When the mouth is really dry, there's no taste. Water is crucial for experiencing this aspect of our lives. And earth relates to the smell, that wonderful feeling, that wonderful experience of the smell enlivening the body. So what I love about Ayurveda, and for me, since I practiced various other modalities, when I discovered Ayurveda, I realized that the many different interventions that there are for health and well-being are explained by Ayurveda how and when we use them. Because if the space element is out of balance, we can use music and music therapy to bring it back into balance, either with soothing music or with stimulating music. Similarly, I love a massage. In fact, my journey on this began with a massage. And that sense of touch, that sense of calming that one can do through touch or through breath work will calm or increase the air element. Fire, visuals, color therapy. Water, all the food. And earth is aromatherapy. So we can use all these elements to keep us in balance. And now I'd like to turn to what we usually think of as nutrition, as the food choice, and some tips on healthy living that we have. So any questions that have come up before we go back? Let me do that. Anything that's relating?
So far, we have no questions, Deborah.
Okay, all right, good. So